Impeachment and removals from office are rare in Texas. It's only happened twice. Moments ago, House members were given these 20 articles of impeachment against Attorney General Ken Paxton. Those articles include disregard of official duty, constitutional bribery, and obstruction of justice. A vote in the House could come as early as Saturday. Ken Paxton said the House committee is trying to overturn the results of what he calls a, quote, free and fair election.
The chair moves that the committee adopt the articles of impeachment against Warren Kenneth Paxton, Attorney General of the state of Texas.
A day after a public hearing laid out evidence of what investigators call a pattern of crimes by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, the Republican-led committee, which includes Fort Worth Representative Charlie Guerin, voted unanimously to push impeachment to the full House.
I suspect that the House would not be pushing forward with this unless they thought they had at least a very good chance of the Senate concurring that there had been serious wrongdoing.
Impeachments are rare in Texas. There's only been 2 times where a state official was impeached and removed. The investigative committee has been looking into claims of abuse of power by Paxton since March. The investigation stems from the proposed $3.3 million whistleblower settlement with former employees of Paxton who said they were victims of retaliation. The investigators say Paxton provided documents to a political donor that the FBI and DPS did not want released. They also say Paxton hired a lawyer with tax dollars who had little experience, created a made-up title, and obtained dozens of court records in reference to an investigation about the Paxton donor. While in Dallas Thursday, and just prior to the committee voting to recommend impeachment, former Texas Attorney General and current U.S. Senator John Cornyn talked about the allegations.
Well, I listened to some of the investigating committee's presentation yesterday morning, and I found what they presented to be deeply troubling. It's really unfortunate, and I think the fact that this has come this far with the Republicans controlling both the House and the Senate and a Republican Attorney General tells you that this is serious enough that people are looking past party labels to try to see what do we need to do to preserve the public trust.
While the committee was in executive session Thursday, Ken Paxton tweeted, quote, overturning elections begins behind closed doors. Later in the day, he sent an official statement from the AG's office saying, quote, today, the committee has asked the Texas House of Representatives to use their unsubstantiated report to overturn the results of a free and fair election. This process provides no opportunity for rebuttal or due process. They even refused to allow a senior attorney from my office to provide the facts. They rejected every attempt to seek a full accounting of the truth. Texas Democrats released a statement. Chairman Hinojosa said, quote, while we fully support the Texas House voting to impeach Ken Paxton, we think it would be better for all Texans if he saved legislators the trouble and taxpayer money and just resigned on his own accord. Now all eyes are on what happens next. The full House is expected to vote as early as Saturday on whether to impeach Paxton. If that happens, then it will be up to the Senate. SMU political scientist Matthew Wilson says a lot rides on Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
It takes 2/3 in the state Senate. And that really makes the lieutenant governor a pivotal player here because the lieutenant governor is the dominant party in the state Senate. What happens there largely happens because the lieutenant governor decides that it can happen.
Now, tonight, minutes before the House adjourned, some Paxton supporters questioned Speaker Dade Phelan about the impeachment process. 2 representatives asked questions like, when will the vote happen? And they pressed Phelan on if House members will be able to question the investigative committee chair.
You get to dictate whether we ask questions or not. Will you allow members to ask questions on an important issue? This is probably one of the most important things that we've done since I've been in the Texas House. Will we be able to ask questions according to you?